A lot of people have problems in their relationship because they still believe in love. And the question to me is, does love really exist? And to answer that question, we have to ask another question, which is, what is love? You know, to me, love is romanticized as being this fairy tale, mushy gushy, warm and fuzzy feeling inside your stomach when you meet a person. And I wouldn't say that that's wrong, but I would say that that's highly emotional. And it's one of the reasons why women always chase love instead of other things in a relationship. They chase a lot of things, but love is probably the first thing that they chase. Now, men usually think logical when it comes to most things. And when it comes to love, the only reason why they are emotional is because they've been convinced as a child that love always wins. Now, how do they do that? Well, they do it in many ways. The first way that I can think of as a child is, what did I look at as a kid? I looked at cartoons. What type of cartoons did I like the most as a kid? Usually Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, superheroes in general. So what does a superhero do? He saves the day and he rescues the damsel in distress. Batman kind of just kicks ass everywhere. He doesn't really have a love interest, but Bruce Wayne's a billionaire. Anybody who knows anything about billionaires is that they get any woman that they want because they're a billionaire. Superman is different. To me, Superman is, one of the strongest characters in DC by far. But when it comes to women, I kind of see him as a simp. Superman, he rescues the damsel in distress, which nine times out of 10, everybody knows that person is usually going to be Lois Lane, because Wonder Woman is a superhero. She doesn't need anybody to save her. And the question is, why does Superman choose Lois Lane instead of choosing another person on the same level as him, like Wonder Woman? It makes absolutely no sense. Along with, the fact that he was born with superpowers. Yeah, he came to Earth as a baby and he was raised as a human, but he wasn't human. He was raised by humans that taught him to not only hide his powers, but control his powers. But when he grew up, he found out about his planet and that, he came from Krypton and that he wasn't human, what I'm saying? But he already knew that, so to know all of that and then still choose to act like you're the same level as lower, like you're pretending. And not only that, get a job at the Daily Bugle, get a regular day job, and feel the need that you have to hide your identity. I don't really understand that. I understand that for Batman because he is human. But when I also realized that Batman doesn't really have a big family, except for Alfred. If we're talking about Robin, all the Robins he trained, Batwoman and Batgirl, yeah, you could say that, but you also have to realize that all of them are highly trained in martial arts and completely dangerous. Not dangerous in the sense that they're going to hurt people, but dangerous in the sense that if you fuck with them, you're going to get your ass kicked because they've been trained by Batman, who knows 127 different styles of martial arts. Plus, Batgirl's a fucking computer genius hacker. So, what I'm saying? Red Hood uses guns, and all the Robins could kick your ass with no problem. Superman doesn't, he has a family. He has his mom and his dad. I think his dad died and then he just had his mom. He has friends, but the motherfucker can move at the speed of sound. He has super hearing. He can see through walls. And the motherfucker can smash through anything at supersonic speed whenever the fuck he feels like. What is he afraid of? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? I understand him being careful, but I don't understand why he chooses to be a human. Absolutely stupid. So getting back to what I've learned or what I've been brainwashed to believe as a child, it's basically like this. When you're a boy, the world or TV or propaganda or movies, anything, society in general, is basically telling you that as long as you be the hero and save women from their problems, whether it's shitty man, shitty this, shitty that, whatever it is. As long as you be the hero, you'll get the girl at the end of the day. And oh my God, is that so fucking wrong? Because when you look at relationships, bruh, women say they want a good man. Women say they want a man that listens, a man that treats me like a princess and a queen at the same fucking time. You know what I'm saying? A man that can provide, which I have no problem with. But, you know, a man that buys me things, a man that surprises me with flowers, all this good shit for free. And they get it. They get it from some guy. They get it from several guys. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as they get it, what happens? They end up friend zoning the guy to oblivion. Like, you know, they friend zone the guy that says good morning, calls them beautiful, asks them how their day went, talks about her problems, takes them out on dates, remembers their birthday. Pretty much whatever the woman asks for, she gets it from that guy. And what the guy realizes after he's damn near broke from spending all this money on her, he's exhausted because he's spending all this time with her, and he's frustrated because he's giving the woman everything and he's getting damn near nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not, like, he'll get a shallow hug. He won't get a kiss. You know what I'm saying? They won't hold hands when they're walking. If they're together in public, or they're together with friends, you know, she won't say that that's her boyfriend or that they're together. It's like, oh no, we're just friends, you know? So that's the first thing that happens. Ari made a video earlier about why you never give a woman what she wants, because women are basically never happy. So what's the solution? The solution is to not believe what movies tell you, to not believe what women tell you, to not believe what society tells you how to get a woman, period. But since we're talking about love, which to me, I'd say that it exists, but it's not what you think it is. See, the problem with men is not that they're not attractive, they're shy, or they're not good with talking to women. They don't know what to say. They don't have enough money. They don't have enough fame. They don't have enough whatever. That's not what it is. The problem is most men are not good businessmen. Now, why would I talk about business when it's clearly a relationship? Well, what you have to realize is a relationship is pretty much like a business, you know? So what you have to understand about business is that there are good businessmen and there are bad businessmen. And basically the difference is a good businessman or woman has options and a bad businessman doesn't. So a good businessman is loyal to no one, because what you have to understand is they have enough product to get profit from anyone. And the best businesses make profits from anywhere around the world, and they make a lot of profits. So when you have shitty customers that are coming to your business and they're demanding this, let's say they order a package and the package is supposed to come in a certain amount of time. Let's say it's a week, and for them, it's been 3 days. So they email you. Let's say you have an app for that business. They go under your app and they comment, or they send you a review or whatever. And they say, where's my fucking package? You guys are assholes making me wait for so long, blah, 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 just going on and on and on, you know, and, you know, it said 3 to 7 business days or whatever, you know, let's say it's a big package, giggity. And it's going to take a while for that package to get through. So what a good businessman realizes is you're not the only fucking customer that I have to deal with, number one, and that I'm serving, number two. So if you have a problem, motherfucker, you could take your business anywhere, you know, and the great businessman is going to be like, here's your refund, sir. We don't need your money. You can go somewhere else and try to bother them with your impatience. So it's the same exact thing with relationship. Most men don't realize is that the woman that you're talking to has 4 to 5 side niggas giving her attention, giving her free food, paying her bills, taking her out on dates, taking her out on trips and shit. just spending money, time, and attention on her. It's not just you. That bitch has options, bruh. And 9 times out of the 10, if you don't, she's gonna treat you like you just another nigga. And you can't be mad at her. Your problem is you are not doing the same thing. That's all it is. So women love to say, you know, are you talking to other women? And the answer should always be, of course I'm talking to other women. You know, because what that does to a woman, it says, oh, I can't tie him down. I'm gonna have to try a little harder, you know, because if there are other women in the situation, then he could choose one of them women. And the problem with that for women, the reason why that's a problem for women is that she doesn't want anybody taking away her attention from you, her time from you, her money from you, and resources, you know? So if there are other women, and the best thing about having options is that you can compare, if you're looking at a business, you can compare and contrast all the bullshit from your customers. You know, if you're working at a job and there's a shitty customer that's mad, they had a bad day and is being a dick and an asshole at the same time, if you work there, you kind of have to deal with that shitty customer. But if you own the business and that person is being shitty to everyone, the other customers, you, the manager, everybody, you know what I'm saying? You can tell them, okay, sir, we're gonna have to ask you to leave. Because we don't want your, let's say you work at McDonald's, we don't want your $5 because you want a McDouble, a Sprite, and some fries. We don't need your money. You're being belligerent. You're being an asshole. And we don't need your business. Please leave. You know, and they can go rampant and rage and go ape shit all they want till the cops get there and they get arrested because they want to be a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? So if you have options, period, because women definitely got options. You know, she doesn't have to be a bad bitch to have options. Cute bitches got several options. You know what I'm saying? Because women want their cake and they want to, how do you say it? I forgot how you say it. They want their cake and they want to eat it too. I forgot how you fucking say that shit. I don't even know if I said it right. Fuck it. So as soon as one of your customers doesn't like the product that you're giving, which translates to, as soon as a woman says, you got to do this or I'm leaving, or you can't have sex, she takes something away. She either takes sex away or she says, I'm leaving completely. And that's her only weapon, is to take the pussy away. You know what I'm saying? But if you have options, you can be like, okay, bye, deuces. I don't need you. I got other women. You know what I'm saying? And what you have to realize, as soon as she leaves, she could be replaced by another woman. And the best thing, as I said before, about having options is to be able to compare and contrast. So when that woman acts shitty and she wants to leave and throw tantrums and whine and complain, as soon as she's gone and you see a woman that actually wants to behave, that actually wants to be respectful, to be nice, to be submissive, to play her role as a woman, and you're the man, when you see a woman that does all of these good things that a quality woman does, you have less tolerance for bullshit from other women. So as soon as a woman pops up and wants to be a bitch, you're like, oh, nah, fuck that. I'm not dealing with this shit. I'm not dealing with this bitch who thinks like her pussy is made of gold, you know, or platinum, you know what I'm saying? Or diamond. Like, nah, bruh. Like, I've had better pussy, and I can tell from your bitchy attitude, you haven't had dick in decades, bitch. Get the fuck out of here, bruh. And what you have to realize, all bitches that are bitches, and there's a difference, and the women know the difference between women and bitches. You know what I'm saying? They love to blur it. You know what I'm saying? Or what do you call? They love to act like bitches don't exist. All women are angels, or even being a bitch should be encouraged because it's empowering and it's powerful to be a bitch. You know, that's why they get so mad when they get called a bitch for being a bitch, because they don't want to have any accountability. You know what I'm saying? So, just because I'm a boss, I'm a bitch now just because I'm a little bossy? No, because you're being a bitch. Oh, how am I being a bitch? Well, let me put it to you this way, bitch. If you had a boss That's a woman being a bitch to you. Would you call her a bitch? Yes, I would call her a bitch. Why? Because she's being a bitch. Exactly, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So it's a double standard. So if it's another woman being a bitch to her, then she's a bitch. But if you're being a bitch to a man, he can't call you a bitch because you're being bossy, quote unquote, to you. But no, you're just being a bitch. And other women know that you're being a bitch, but they don't want to call you on it because they're like, maybe I could be a bitch too. Right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could partake in this bitchiness. They want to take an opportunity to bash the men, to emasculate the men, to insult them, to put them down so that they can get this buzz, this power trip off of a false dominance narrative, if I'm saying that correctly. So to answer the question, does love exist? Yes, if you're stupid or if you're a woman. And why? Why do I say that? Because women are usually emotional and they don't think with logic. They fall towards emotion for a lot of things, especially when it comes to relationships. And so do stupid men until they get hurt. You know, see, the thing about simps, and I'm gonna make a video about simps. See, the thing about simps is you can try to be nice to simps. You can try to, you know, I wouldn't say persuade, but to try to be a big brother or a father figure to teach them the ways of true female nature and how women work and how women think and how women act. But it like the more you try to teach them and be nice to them and not, because like most men, they bully simps into learning who they are and then discovering their identity. You know, so-called white knights, you know, try to defend every woman, you know, no matter what, you know, either because they're trying to get some pussy or they're in a relationship and they're trying to support their girlfriend, wife, fiance, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because they know if they don't, there's a chance that they might not be getting pussy, you know what I'm saying? But if they had options in the first place, they wouldn't be getting married. They damn sure wouldn't be getting engaged. And they wouldn't have to cater to any woman. They wouldn't have to change their opinion just to get some pussy because they're surrounded by bitches, you know? So if you think logically and you break love down, love to me is basically infatuation that turns into obsession, a man or woman mentally masturbating about their future partner. So how do you mentally masturbate? That doesn't even make sense. You can only do it physically. No, what you have to realize about mentally masturbating is that you are thinking of scenarios about this person and removing all of the possibility of negative thinking or negative aspects about this person. And the problem with that is you just met them or you haven't known them for very long. So you basically start saying, oh, this person is perfect for me. She's my soulmate. Shit like that, which is false because what you're not realizing is you're creating all of these scenarios in your head. 9 times out of the 10, people aren't telling you, oh, this person is perfect for you. Like in America, we have such things as like blind dates, you know, but we don't have like arranged marriages where your parents basically tell you, oh no, this is the perfect person for you. This is the person that you're going to marry. Like that doesn't exist. It exists in India, but not in America and not in most places on the planet. Another question that people say a lot is, why do I fall in love so fast? That's like an extremely common question. And the reason why they ask themselves that question is because they're not realizing that they're creating scenarios in their head where they see this person as being perfect and they have no flaws and nothing is wrong with them. And then what they start doing after that is they start seeing the problems and they say, well, I got to work on the relationship instead of seeing the problems, telling the person, hey, this is a problem. I don't like this. you got to stop doing this or this shit ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? They don't do that because they're afraid of conflict and consequences. Conflict meaning an argument, consequences meaning the end of that argument for men, which is basically they don't get no pussy. For women, shit, I don't even know the consequences for an argument for a woman. I don't know, because women win most arguments, and if they don't, what do? Take away the pussy or leave the relationship because they can't take accountability for shit. But all of this basically goes back to the person not having options. So they deal with unnecessary bullshit because they don't have anybody to compare and contrast the good and the bad in a relationship. So they stay, and they say they do stupid shit like have a kid to fix the relationship. Like, that's going to work. Bringing another life in the world to deal with the bullshit that you couldn't solve yourself. So not only you have to solve the bullshit and deal with the bullshit, your child has to deal with the bullshit that you were too irresponsible to solve in the first place. Now the child has to deal with it. So people are stupid, but they're not stupid for believing in love. I wouldn't say that that's stupid. I would say that society has brainwashed boys to believe that this shit is real. They also have brainwashed women to believe that they're princesses, or they can be a princess, or they're going to find a knight in shining armor. That doesn't exist either. You know what I'm saying? Men aren't perfect. Men are not I wouldn't say that most men don't try to be your knight in shining armor. I'm just saying, like, it could happen, but it's not. But I wouldn't say it's not realistic either. I would say that you look for that, find it in some way, shape, or form, get bored, complain about being bored, and then go find a motherfucker that does absolutely nothing for you at all. And then wonder why you're in the bullshit situation that you're in. And then blame men at the end of it and basically say men are trash. You know what I'm saying? And men do the same thing. They get into shitty relationships with women, deal with all the bullshit, break up, and then wonder what happened to them. And then they say women are trash. And I don't agree with that either. My whole outlook on both sides is, hello, stupid, you don't have options. So that's why you're dealing with all this bullshit. If you had options, you say, fuck no, this bitch over here has less bullshit and she wants me. And you are lazy. You are getting fat. You know what I'm saying? I've seen you without makeup and you look like a goddamn ogre. And not Fiona. So the whole point of this video is to basically tell you, don't believe in love. Be a good business person. If you're a good business person, then that sounds so wrong. I'm trying to cater to both sexes and gender fluid bullshit. Be a good businessman. Man speaks for man and woman. So you know what I'm saying? If you're a transsexual businessman, I don't give a fuck. Get your money, boo-boo. But I'm not about to change my fucking vocabulary vernacular for your dumb ass. For anybody, I don't care. If you're a good businessman, you'll realize that having options is the best way to have the most freedom in your life. And if you like freedom, 9 times out of 10, you won't be a slave.